So in previous video, I talked about, or a couple videos back, I talked about Robert Burns, the guy who wrote the song for New Year's Eve, Auld Lin song or whatever the heck the song's called, the main traditional song everyone sings on New Year's Eve at midnight. He wrote it. He died at age 37. He wrote it in 1788. I scrolled down here, and 88s have been all about time travel and whatnot. And he was actually voted the greatest Scot of all time, narrowly beating out William Wallace, Mel Gibson movie, Braveheart, William Wallace, if you don't know. But so this guy he's literally the greatest Scot of all time, or the Great Scot. And on Back to the Future, Doc Brown says, "Great Scot," a whole bunch of times. I don't really know how many times I never counted, but so it just, made me think of that movie and some other things. So I did a little more research into this. Let's see, what's interesting to me is that last year in 2014 was all about the 88s, and time travel dealt with that. And Back to the Future Part 2 deals, they go to the future to 2015. I keep seeing articles and whatnot on Facebook about how all the stuff they predicted that didn't happen. But I mean, it's kind of weird that, last year was all about the 88s. This guy's the Great Scot, and then Back to the Future 2 is all about 2015. So it really, really all coincides together here. But anyway, they actually celebrate a supper or a feast for this guy. It's called the Burns Supper, and it's celebrated on January 25th. So who knows? I don't know if that's a significant day this year or what, but just wanted to point that out, that he actually they celebrate a whole day for this guy. The freaking Scottish flag is an X, and I talked about how X means Antichrist and all that. So, it says down here, Freemasons celebrate the Burns dinner. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I say it's crazy because, this guy, he was just a writer. So they celebrate a writer. It just seems odd because we don't celebrate, in America at least, we don't celebrate writers really. We have so many other days that, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like this guy did anything that important. William Wallace fought and did all this stuff, that's put in your brain that's so amazing, but yet this guy beat him out. What did he do other than write? I don't know. It's just weird to me, I guess. So I looked through this guy's poems and songs and writings or whatever, and it says right here, he's well known across the world today. His poems and whatnot, well known across the world today, are all these. And for whatever the reason, the only one I clicked on was To a Mouse. I don't have no idea. Just for some reason stood out to me. But anyway, you scroll down here, and this was his poem, and you find out a bunch of other things that people in the future from him had used his work kind of in their work or whatever. And you find out here, John Steinbeck took the title of his 1937 novel Of Mice and Men from a line contained in this poem or whatever, To a Mouse. That's where Of Mice and Men actually got the title. I found that pretty interesting. Then it says, the first stanza of the poem is read by Ian Anderson in the beginning of the 2007 remaster of One Brown Mouse by Jethro Tull. So I clicked on this guy. Didn't really look that much into it, just kind of looked over here. He's born on August 10th, 1947. August 10th is the 222nd day of the year. And if you go back to my previous videos a while back, I talked about how the triple twos are actually go along with triple eights and triple sixes. It's all, and yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's in I can't even remember it fully, but It's in my other videos. Um, anyway, then it's by Jethro Tull. No, I didn't really look that much into Jethro Tull, but because I don't know, I just didn't look that much into it. But all I could think about was Jethro from the Beverly Hillbillies, because I've never really knew that much about Jethro Tull the band. But when I think Jethro, I always think Beverly Hillbillies. So I looked up Jethro, the guy who played Jethro on the Beverly Hillbillies, and he was born December 4th, 1937. And so that makes him 77 years old. And then I'm reading down here, other things that he was on was a show called 77 Sunset Strip. It's just kind of weird. I've never even heard of the show, but just find it weird that it's a 77 Sunset Strip. Okay, so I went back here. It's also the first line is also featured in Michael Morpurgo's Private Peaceful. This guy is MM. I clicked on him, and he's age 71, and 71 has been appearing a lot more recently. 71 and 17, its mirror add up to 88. Down here it talks about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and mice are the fit. I'm not even going to read that, but it just talks about this. And then you come up here, and so what, the to the galaxy or whatever in this movie was 42. And you come up here, and Sharon Olds' poem, whatever, has to deal with the To the Mouse poem. And she was born in 1942 on November 19th, which is a 9/11. Also, there's 42 days left till the end of the year, so 42 days left, 9/11 and 1942. It says down here she was raised as a Hellfire Calvinist, and she says she was by nature a pagan and a pantheist. I mean, it's just kind of crazy reading through all these people's lives and that nobody would ever really care about. But I just find that funny that then it was referenced in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as well. And the last thing it talks about is that is referenced to this poem or whatever is Monty Python. And Monty Python is made up of a group of, 6 people? So let's just click on these people here. It's just ridiculous. Graham Chapman, born in 1941. That means he would have been 73 this year, but it says he died on October 4th at age 48. Well, so he would have been 73. He died 88 days before the end of the year. Eric Idle, born on March 29th, the 88th day of the year. He's aged 71. Terry Gilliam, born November 22nd, 11/22. He was also in the movie The Adventures of Baron Munchausen or whatever, and I did a decode on that a long time ago. The 1988 movie. Let's see here. Terry Jones. I mean, who knows? One of these people don't have to have something. I don't know. I'm just looking at birthdays. So February 1st. It's the 32nd day of the year. I don't know. Let's see. John Cleese. Well, 39 is you're a triple M, or 13, 13, 13. And this last guy here, Michael Palin, born May 5th, which is 55 or 55, and he's age 71. I mean, come on now. Alright, so anyway, I'm almost done with this video, and then I'm going to do a whole other video that this leads into. Um, but anyway, so John Steinbeck of Mice and Men guy, 1937. He died aged 66. I mean, come on, really? Of Mice and Men was made into a film 3 times. The first one was in 1939. Like I said, that's your Triple 13, your MMM, good. Let's see here. All right, so let's just go through the actors here. Burgess Meredith, born on November 16th, which is could be your 666 or your 9/11. Betty Field, died 1973. Lon Chaney Jr. Oh, he died 19. Okay, well you get the picture. I'm not going to go through all these. I'm going to run out of time if I do that for every movie. You can come check them out for yourself. I'm going to move on to the next movie though. All right, and who knows? I can't find the link that goes back to the second movie. I'm not even going to show you the third movie. This is kind of irrelevant to what I'm talking about. I guess it makes sense, but you can go look. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff. Um, I just don't. I'm running out of time here, and I want to just get to the point. So, this guy plays Curly on the second movie. But what I found interesting is, as I'm reading through here, well, for one, he's 71, but he plays Jesus Christ on Jesus Christ Superstar. So the next video I'm gonna make is all about. It's not really a decode of this movie, but um, it's just about it, I guess. But like I said, I need to rewatch. I'm trying to do a decode of Back to the Future 2 because of the 2015 reference, and then the guy who wrote the New Year's Eve song is the great Scot. So who knows? I'm going from here. I'm just posting some stuff as I go along, I guess. So anyway, have a great night. Hopefully, I get this other video up before I go to bed.